I've got a set of single hung windows. When I purchased the home, this is how I found them. The installation was done nicely, so all it needs is trimmed out. So I'm going to show how to trim this out in drywall versus wood. It appears they removed the drywall when they did the installation. So I'll cut a piece of drywall to fit in there. It's already insulated. And then put a corner on. And then for the top piece, I'll have to put a nailer strip in here. And hopefully that corner will reach both. And then a patch along here. Over here we got an inside corner, a flat outside metal corner bead. Got the strips cut, upper, lower, both sides. Here's the wood filler screwed in from the bottom. It goes from here to here. That lowered it down so the drywall will fit flush with the window. And then I filled this in with mud, and when I put the corner strip in, I'll tie everything together. So I have screws pre-installed about every foot. Sink your screw just a little bit without breaking the paper. Ready for mud? Outside corner. I've got the outer trim pieces cut, and this is just a metal core, paper face, outside corner, Home Depot. I'm having a little issue right here. This protrudes a little bit, so when you put your corner on, you can't have this area higher than the ridge. The mud won't lay flat, so I'm going to sand that down a bit. Orbital sander, 80 grit pad. Nice and smooth. And you want to run your trowel down all the areas you're going to mud. It's just a quick check for high spots, nookies. I'm using the green lid, all purpose. I'll be using the TapeBuddy. My mud consistency should be a bit thinner, but I'm just doing a small job. And I'm wearing gloves because I'm using the fiberfuse. I don't have tape at the moment, but fiberfuse is very thin, works well. Vancouver Carpenter says it's itchy, and he's right about that. So I'm just going to pull and judge the length I need. So what we got here is a crack right here where I did the wood fill. So I'm going to do fiberfuse and then the corner bead. Also, you use your glove as a trowel. It's awesome. Fiberfuse tears very easily. It's nice, very nice stuff. 4-inch trowel. I'm just basically following the wall flat. Now we want to put more pressure this side, take off any ridge. Now I'll mud the entire area, embed the corner bead, tie everything together. 4-inch knife, mud consistency, real thick. Coat the entire area, both sides. Now that you got it loaded, make it uniform. Light pass across the top and bottom. Just make sure there's no voids. That's the main part. And a lot of mud. So, just push it up in there. Make sure the paper doesn't fold in like this one. Alright? I push it all along there, like where it's going to be. And then let it relax. Now you want to check with your knife. See if you got some air gap in there. You want this higher than that. And you'll see a little air gap through there. And then just mud it in. And you check top and bottom. Looks good. I'm going to get the majority of the mud off first before doing final pass. It's not as sloppy. Make sure your paper is embedded. All along here. See, I don't have room to follow that paper line, so I'm doing it this way. I'll show you on the top what I mean. To embed this paper in, go above the ridge and run your trowel all along it. First, get that cleaned up. Then when you've done that, I'm going to apply a second coat right on that line. Pull it right down to the ridge. And pull. Now we'll do the bottom. Oh wow, just move down. There we go. That looks nice. I'd like to point out, before I installed the outside corner, I installed a piece of fiber fuse in all four corners in mud. For the second coat, you go with a wider trowel. This is 8-inch. And first, you scrape off any noogies. And I don't go this way. Since that's a paper face, you risk gouging the paper. So I just lightly use a sanding pad. Get that ridge off. So you load up the mud and make the joint wider. Then on each corner, apply some tape or fiber fuse to join these together so that it doesn't crack. Now we'll skip to the third coat, since it's much the same as the second. Here's the results of the second coat, a little bit wider, and you notice you'll have a lot more noogies on the corners. Knock off the big stuff, smooth out with your sander, and the inside corner only needs touch-up. Third coat, 12-inch trowel. Here's the consistency of the mud. You want it a little thinner for the last coat. After it's loaded, make it uniform. Taking off a little bit of mud as you go. Fill in any voids. Then pull. Then, more pressure here. Take off any ridge. Nice! They always say pull to a finished area. I'm not sure why. But when it's coming from a professional, maybe it's a good idea. And then you just sand that little area. Now I can use this mud that's coming up this corner here just for touch-up, any touch-ups I need around here. So let me do some sanding. So I've done some sanding, but I forgot to address this. I've got 2 Torx mounting screws. Just sink them in. Make them flush. Put a little mud over that, smooth this out. Chip off any high spots. And then mud that in. Nice. I think I will go on either side. And then just wipe down the window. See how that works. It's also caulking it at the same time. Now wipe it down with a towel, see how it looks. Nice. Don't look too bad. Keep this white trim clean. So I run my finger down the groove here. That way it's already pre-caulked. Then I'll come back and hit it with caulk. And then you want to clean up your frame, all the dried compound. Then with a damp cloth, wipe off any residual. Ready for caulk? Variety of caulk. This one's 100% silicone for doors and windows, but that's for exterior. It's not paintable, so that one's out. You can use a siliconized acrylic Painter's Pro. I'll probably finish that off. For now, I'll be using the DAP Painter's Acrylic Latex Caulk 25 year. It's real smooth. So you take that tip on an angle, right into this angle. You want to put more on that side than this side. Wow, that's a large gap. However, the drywall mud behind it is really helping. Nice backing. If you don't have a backing, it cures wobbly. Now, with a wet finger, put it right in the corner and drag lightly. Look at that. Isn't that nice? You can take a wet towel and go down the corner too and clean the sides and give a joint all in one shot. It's beautiful. Got a little ridge right there. Yes. This bottom hardly needs anything. It's tight all the way up to here. A little bit of line right here. That should do it. So this is my finished piece. It looks a little funky, but I think when it's painted, it'll look like it was made to be there. Let me give you a wider angle. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. After I paint this, if it don't look right, I'll do something different. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Hope this has helped someone. And if you would like to watch other drywall finishing jobs, such as how to create an arch, install a header, drywall finishing, I'll provide a link right here, over there,